Manchester United 4, Coventry 2 on penalties.
Yep.
We are through to the FA Cup final. I don't know how. How do you break down what you just saw?
I can't. Well, actually, I can. I mean, it was sort of a repeat of what we've seen this season. I think it happened away at Copenhagen, where we just sort of suddenly give a game up. But this is, you know, no disrespect to Coventry. Fair play for them for giving fight and carrying on. But it was 3-0 with about, what, 18 minutes to go, something like that. And it was sort of just petering out. And we thought maybe we'd bring one of the 2 academy lads on. And then just all of a sudden, as soon as they got the first one, you just knew we were going to be in for a tough last 10 or 15 minutes. But it's like, I've criticised Ten Hag all season. I think certain team selections he's got wrong. I think structurally we're too easy to play through. However, whatever level your players out on a pitch should take responsibility for being too weak, not reacting to tough situations. That's what we saw out there. And it's not like we've got, you know, 4 or 5 academy players out there. You've got players like Casemiro, you've got Maguire, you've got Dallo, you've got players like Bruno, you've got players who have been there sort of for many years. And it's like, I just felt we just stopped playing. Like, we started to launch it long, and then like the final pass was just so wasteful. Like Rashford, and then Anthony came on. He was dreadful when he came on, absolutely awful. But then Rashford, like, he was getting in the box, and I think the goal that Bruno actually scored.
He was shocking for that.
Yeah. Just hit it, and like, he's just so poor in tight spaces, and we're just giving it away so poorly, and it's just so frustrating. And in the end, as you said before, like, I feel sorry for Coventry really, because we've got away with one there, the offside goal right at the end. And fair play to Onana, he saved a penalty.
Which I didn't think he would get near any, actually, to be fair.
Fair play. Yeah. And most of our takers were good, apart from Casemiro. Just, when you get a penalty, pick your corner, hit hard and low. Like, why do they try and do this fancy stuff? Especially when you're the first taker. Yeah. Set responsibility, and we got away with it. Because if they would have, I mean, you don't know, but like, you'd assume that it's a very pressurised situation, especially for Coventry. Lots of players haven't been this level before. If that was a team that maybe from the Premier League with a little bit more experience, we could be done there.
In terms of, people will say, you know, that's shocking, that's why the manager's got to go, and this, that and the other. But today, you make a good point, like, what on earth were the players doing? You're 15 minutes to go, and they find a way to self-sabotage.
Yeah, and they have been all season. Like, as I said, Ten Hag's, I mean, another example, away at Copenhagen, Rashford got sent off, which I don't think was a red card. But then we just capitulate. We just can't handle tough moments, and it's been the same for years. I don't know, I just don't understand how it can actually happen, because you've got a player like Casemiro, you'd assume he's sort of a tough player, like Anthony came on, and Anthony's always got a bit of bite in him. But like, the players just seem to fold. Like, and it's not down to lack of experience. Like, if you look in the team, it's not like, you know, like, for example, when Arsenal had their change under Arteta, and they're still quite a young squad, but when they were really young, like, you could say, okay, it's inexperienced, blah blah blah. But we've got quite a lot of older players in that squad, and it's just, is it the culture from the top? You could be stretching a little bit, but the culture at the whole club is just so toxic. But again, we can't use like the ownership and stuff as an excuse of 11 footballers on a pitch within a 30-minute spell playing a team in the Championship, with all due respect to them, like 8th in the Championship. We can't give that as an excuse for 11 individuals taking responsibility on the pitch. Like,
but with the manager, how do you think he comes out of that looking? Because the scrutiny is on him as well. Yeah. And we did win, but I mean, my God, it was absolutely shocking. And for people who maybe don't feel he's the right manager, would things like that strengthen the case of highlighting just how bad the players actually are? Or is it no, like, from the manager point of view, it's all not good enough? Where do you stand with that?
It's both as bad as each other overall, I think. Like, I'd have no problem I wouldn't complain if Eric Ten Hag got sacked, obviously. Like, I wouldn't be absolutely mad about it, but there's so many issues. People always try and pinpoint on one or the other, where it's a whole collective. But at this level, at football, it's always the manager who sort of takes the blame at the end of the day and loses their job. So let's see how the rest of the season goes. You know, I've said for a long time, results are not really important for me. It's more the performances. Like,
mate, you're going to be waiting a long time for them.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So like, people say like, oh, if we win the FA, it's not really a factor for me. It's more about how we're playing. And if you see how we're playing like that, you can't sort of back that up. overall. And it's not, as I said, although the players were shocking, it's been going on for weeks, and the way the manager wants to play, it comes from him. And it's not, today's not really a surprise. I mean, I know it was mad, but it wasn't sort of out of the realms of possibility compared to what we've seen
it's
for the rest of the
typical United, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
This season. And lastly,
don't say man of the match.
well, we won. Yeah, no, we can't.
I'll give it to the goalkeeper simply because he saved a penalty.
We're a mess.